Hi, it's Jamie and Brian from an Oregon cottage, and in this video we'd like to show you how to set up an inexpensive DIY watering system for raised beds. And we'd like to thank Gilmore for sponsoring this video.
One of the reasons I really wanted to do an automatic watering system is that so many times it's been late at night and we've said to each other, did you remember to shut the water off in the garden? And I've had to run outside in the dark and the cold to shut it off. With an automatic system, I won't have to do that anymore.
Exactly. And I really got tired of dragging the hoses all over, hooking them up to our soakers, and not to mention the tripping hazard. We always had hoses everywhere. So I'm really excited to have the main line buried and no tripping.
And contrary to what you might be thinking, it's actually really simple to build one of these systems. You use PVC pipe, which is really inexpensive, a little bit of glue, some really basic measuring. There's flexibility and toughness. It's really not that hard to do, and it's going to turn out great. So just stay tuned and watch how we do it.
Start by measuring your garden so you can draw a rough map of it, and then based on that, diagram where you want your water lines to go. For ours, we just wanted to feed a soaker hose to each bed. Really simple.
Sit down with your plan to figure out the plastic PVC piping and parts you will need. Starting at your water source, calculate a rough estimate of how many feet of PVC pipe it will take. We use 3/4 inch pipe. Write that total down. Ours was supposed to take about 80 feet.
Using the totals from your watering plan, make a shopping list of all the pipe parts and valves you'll need to get at a home store. Or just go to the link provided in the description below and download the shopping list we've already created for you.
Stretch a line a foot or two above where your main trench will go. This will help you dig in a straight line. Using an adze or a pick, dig your main trench. It should be 3 to 4 inches deep, so you may need to use a narrow spade or other tool to get to that depth, but it doesn't need to be very wide. Now, dig the side trenches based on your plan. We wanted ours to come to the corners of the beds so that the soaker hoses could more easily be positioned around the perimeter.
Toss some sand into the bottom of your trench. This is especially important if you're laying the pipe in a rocky area like ours, where a sharp rock could eventually poke a hole in your line.
Now it's time to start laying the pipe. I screwed a wood block into the siding below our spigot so I'd have something sturdy for the pipe to attach to. Starting at the spigot, I left a little piece going up so that I could come back and do the attachment to the water last. The assembly process is pretty simple. You cut the pieces as you go. Set a piece of pipe in your trench and with a pencil, mark where to cut it. The pipe slides about 1 inch into the fittings, so allow for that. In addition to being tough, PVC is flexible, so you don't have to be absolutely perfect in your measurements. However, you do want to be as accurate as possible. Put your purple primer on both parts to be attached. This will dry right away. Then smear glue on the 2 parts to be attached. This will also dry right away, so quickly attach them, sliding them completely together and twisting a little if they need a lining. That's it. You're ready for the next piece. Oh, here's an extra tip. Lay your pieces to be glued on a little patch of cardboard or wood so you don't get sand sticking to the primer. Stick a little wad of paper or cloth into the end of the pipe, waiting to be glued. This will keep sand and rocks from getting into your system. Attach your corners and junctions in the same way. When attaching a side line to one of your beds, first glue on the right angle turn that will go up to the side of the bed, and then attach it to the main line. As soon as you've finished a pipe going into a bed, attach it to the side of the bed to hold it firm. This will protect the pieces you've just glued from breaking apart as you continue adding pipe. Once all the pieces are glued in place, screw on the on-off valves and turn them all to the off. You don't bury your pipe yet because you need to see if it leaks. Back at the water source, connect your Gilmore timer to the spigot. Connect the backflow control valve to the outflow on the timer. Now you can see what it will take to connect your PVC pipe to the water source. I made the final connection using a special 3-foot mini hose that I got at the hardware store.
With your watering system all hooked up, select Bypass on your Gilmore watering timer and the water will begin flowing. Inspect your pipes for leaks. Go to each valve and turn it on and off just to make sure the water is coming out. Once everything checks out leak-wise, you can make sure your pipe is deep enough in the ground. It should be a little below ground level. You can dig out a little under any sections that need it.
Now, cover your PVC pipe with sand up to ground level. Put your weed control layer over the top. We used cardboard and wood chips for our paths in the garden. And finally, attach the soaker hoses for each raised bed. To get exactly the length we wanted, we bought 50-foot soaker hoses, cut them in half, and then used a male or female repair kit as needed for the cut ends.
But if you can find 25-foot long soaker hoses, you won't need to do that. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited about this new system. I usually dread watering when the summer comes, and this year I'm actually looking forward to it because it's going to be so easy.
And I'm not going to have to run out late at night to shut the water off. Plus, think about all the water we're going to save.
A lot.